stories, and we're lucky here. We start National Defence, who's the champion 2-year-old by Invincible Spirit, and we have his first foals on the ground, and they're absolutely unbelievable as well. We're delighted with them. So, you know, he was an unbelievable racehorse. He's a great sire, and now he's turned into a great sire, so he really is leaving his legacy on the industry. He looks in great shape. The guys here have been here for a long time. They know exactly what he likes and doesn't like. You know, he has his breakfast in the morning, does a bit of work if he needs to, and goes straight out to the paddock. So mentally, he's brilliant. His fertility is still absolutely phenomenal. And he's sort of limited to 120 mares each year just to sort of keep a cap on him. But if he had any choice, you know, he'd still be in the 200s. You know, he's well able to work, and he's still as enthusiastic for the game as ever. So it's great to see him. He still looks in fantastic shape. So it's a credit to everyone here that has anything to do with him. Every tour that goes around the place, you know, Invincible Spirit is the subject, and of course, you can see behind me now we have the limestone statue, sort of made by Simon Carmel. It started out as a 19-ton slab of limestone, and he's managed to carve out a statue of Invincible Spirit, which, you know, is a real tourist attraction, and he certainly won't be forgotten around the place. And yeah, it's a great story to tell, and it's great for everyone to see, and I think you'll agree, it looks magnificent behind me. So that's his legacy forever here now.
That was 2 years ago, now that's when he was 22, in case I wondered. He's not 22 now. Now this is the Stallion Trail. This is last year. This is Invincible last year.
Beaucoup de caméras, a lot of
Sorry folks, don't you know? Yeah, French guy. This is his old profile now, back in the day.
They are the gifts that keep on giving. Those great stallions who, through their sons and daughters and those that followed, have enriched our racing lives.
They got a new one for him now.
Yet how and why have these greats been able to share these precious genes and etch their names in history?
In the new profile,
Breed shapers like Blandford, Hyperion, Northern Dancer and Mr. P are forever in our hearts and minds. But the search for others never ends. We know, for it is our quest. Through the magical heritage of our farm, we may boast links to many of those icons. And now, a century since our birth, we can boldly lay claim to our own. For from the extraordinary Dali Arabian came a formidable son of Green Desert, Invincible Spirit.
Comfortably in the end to Berrettino.
My career is the fastest wheel that I've rode.
Let's see what this is like. This video profile.
Invincible Spirit is the most significant stallion we've ever had at the Irish National Stud. The Invincible Spirits are famous for their precocity. He's always been a good sire of 2-year-olds. He was a classic sire in his first crop. Lawman won the French Derby over 10 furlongs. So he's a versatile stallion as well. And he's just what the market wants. The Invincible Spirit story is a global story, having sired a Breeders' Cup winner in Vale of York, himself a stallion and stud. In Moonlight Cloud, Invincible Spirit has sired a true world champion, who's a multiple Group 1 winner at 6 and 8 furlongs, including recently at Deauville when she broke 2 track records in a week. The horse business is all about the future. For Invincible Spirit, the future is the 2-year-old crop of 2013, his flagship 2-year-old being Kingman, one of the highest rated 2-year-olds in England this year.
That's a very old profile. 2013, that's a very old one now. So that's when John Osborne was the CEO. I don't show too much because I've been doing all this on his birthday now. I've been showing all this on his birthday. I don't want to be showing too much because I've been doing all this on his birthday as well. So I think this is the preparing to cover carving for this sculpture here. The creation of this is their statue. That's he's done now. Interesting. The creation of the statue. hope you enjoyed my my presentation to Invincible. I might have given too much detail there. I'll be showing a lot of that again, probably on the video for his birthday. But I just wanted to show you viewers what a special horse he is, and what such success he is, what his success he was to racing. But I'll probably be showing a lot of that again on my birthday video. But it's to be expected, I suppose, because after all, he was a legend, a superstar, true king, and he'll reign on forever. And hopefully now he'll carry on and live on for many years to come. And I'm sorry I'm not there with him now. I'm sorry I'm not there to celebrate his big day, his big birthday. I'm literally heartbroken. I can't be there with him to celebrate his big day. Heartbroken, that's the only word that it can describe. It's literally in bits, and I'm not there for any of the horses' birthdays. I had to do a birthday for Calvacini the other day, and we do one for Decoration Night on the 11th. And then we used to pimp it out, and then I'd be doing next one after that, I'd be doing Invincible's birthday. So I'm doing all the horses' birthdays on video, which is very hard, because I usually am there for all the horses' birthdays. So I think Invincible is going to be probably the hardest day for me now, because he's my true inspiration. This horse is my true inspiration, so it's going to be probably hard. He's going to be the hardest day for me, because he's my true inspiration, and I love this horse so much, and he's very special. And after all I said, he's very important. He's the most important horse that stood, and probably the most important horse of the world. You know, so he's very important. So he means the world. He means the world to me, this horse. So I might show. I plan to show a lot of that footage again on the birthday, and give you some extra special bits as well. And but he's a true legend. He's a true superstar, a true champion, and going into his 18th season this year, which is hard to believe. His 18th season with the stud. It's hard to believe his 18th season. It's incredible, you know. It's amazing, like, it's incredible. I can't believe it, and I'm sorry I'm not there with him now. I wish to God I was there with him now. With all the other horses as well, you know, and I wish I was there. I did such a congratulations with all the wins he's had. He's had so many wins the last few days, the last few weeks and days. You know, he had a few wins. He had another win the other day. He had a few yesterday, I think, and last week and the week before last. He's had loads of wins. All the horses have had loads of wins. Decoration Night has had a few wins, and Eagles had a few wins. So all the stamps have had a lot of wins in the last few weeks. But Invincible's doing very well. And Eagles doing well. So, I'm gutted. I'm not going to be there for his birthday. I think it hurts more. I think it hurts more. I think it's him more that's more harder. I think it's his birthday that's more hardest for me than more than the other horses, because he's extra special. He's extra special to me, this horse. So he's probably, I think his birthday's going to hit me a lot harder than the rest of the horses. I'd always go if I go into the stud. If I go to the stud, I always make sure I'm there for his birthday. I always make sure I'm there for his birthday. I always make sure I'm there for all the horses' birthdays. I always make sure I go for the horses' birthdays. I always make sure I go on the actual day of their birthdays. You know, Decoration Night's birthday's on the same day as Patrick Diamond's. Patrick Diamond in the photograph is on the 11th of February, so he'll be the next birthday I'll be doing. I might have made an error the other day. I made an error when I did that video for they did happy birthday Palavicini. I made an error on the end of that video. So the next video I'll be doing will be the 8th of February for Decoration Night's birthday. And actually the Decoration Night's birthday is on the 11th of February. Apologise, I made a bit of an error there. His birthday is the same day as Patrick Diamond's, so he'll be the next birthday I'll be doing. Will be the 11th of February for Decoration Night. He's going to be 9, but so he'll be the next birthday I'll be doing. then it'll be Lose the Pimpernel the 14th, and the Valentine's Day, and then it'll be the man himself, the legend himself. There's loads of birthdays in February, so yeah, a lot of February birthdays. So Invincible is the last birthday, on the 17th. But he shares the same birthday as Phoenix of Spain. In seven Phoenix of Spain share the same birthday, but I'll be only honouring Invincible because in Phoenix of Spain, he doesn't do anything for me at all. Like I never took any interest in Phoenix of Spain for some reason, and I never heard of Phoenix of Spain. I never really heard of him when he was on the tracks either, so I never really knew. And he's not really exactly easy on the high either. He's as one of the tourists, we met up with one of the tourists there during last season, and she was a dentist, and she said he's not exactly friendly. So it'll be just as well. I don't go to say hello to him then. So I'll be only honouring Invincible on the 17th of February. So because he's extra special. So I was there to treat him with cards and stuff. But I'm hoping to get this done soon, and hopefully now they're open before the Easter, because I really miss the place. I really miss all the goings on, what's happening at the stud, and miss all the new foals being born. I miss all his new foals and all that. I miss all his new foals, and I'm sure he's got a lot of new foals born at the stud this year. Sure, he's got a few new foals this year, Invincible. And so looking forward to that. I really miss them all. I miss all that. I was always like forward to seeing them in the Sunshires yard when they're just born. And miss all my new friends, miss all my friends, and my friend Haparan is there, believe it. And I'm glad to see that my friend Haparan is still there. But I do miss them all. But yeah, he's the main master. He's the master. Yeah, so I do miss him. I miss him loads, and I hope he's keeping well and keeping healthy, and I hope all the staff are keeping safe. I hope they're all keeping safe and that, and hope keeping well and stuff, and all the horses are keeping well and safe as well, and hope everything's going well at the stud. And should be staff there keeping an eye on them all the time, even though the main staff, the reception are not there. There was still staff there keeping an eye on the horses, and it was still business as usual. There was still business as usual. There was still breeding going on, and then still have the stallion. They still have the stallion men breeding in stallions in and out of into the paddocks, and out of the paddocks and back into the stables, and the routines won't be changed. The horses will still have the routines, the exact same routines every day. The stallions will go out to the paddocks, graze the bewires, and then they'll probably do covers as well. Then they go back to the stables, and the mares and foals as well. It'd be the normal. It'd be the exact same procedure, the same process. The exact same. All the horses go out breeding. They have covers. And then there'll be mares and foals in the fields, and the usual, and the stallions will go out to the paddocks, or they'll be covering. They do some covers as well, and they go back to the stables in the evening. And there'll be mares and foals. They have some new mares. They have some foals, maybe in the Sunshires yard who are just born, and then they probably have some in the paddocks already with the mares. And there's some mares in the paddocks as well. So it'll be the exact same normal routine, but they won't have the main staff there. But it'll be the same exact same routine as normal, in a normal season. But it just won't have any visitors or tourists there. But main staff reception won't be there, but they'll have staff around. They have security at night to keep an eye on the horses as usual. Make sure they have enough food and drink and stuff, and not water. And have enough food and water. Make sure that they're make sure that they're okay. But so Invincible, of course, is very important. So they have to make sure that he's okay too. They have to make sure that he's okay, because after all, he's the most important. So they have to keep an eye on him to make sure that he's okay. And after all, he's the most important. So he's the guy. He's the man. He's the boss. So they have to keep an eye on him, particularly him, because he's the most important. He's the oldest stallion as well. He's the oldest stallion at the stud, so they had to keep an eye on him, especially because he's the oldest stallion there. They give him an extra coat. Invincible wears 2 coats because he's the oldest stallion there. So yeah, so he's the main man. So Invincible this was the star attraction. The star attraction of the stud. He's the champion star attraction of the stud. So he's my hero. He's my hero. That's the only word I can think of. He's my hero. Yeah, he's my hero. I love him. He's my hero. It's my true inspiration. Yeah, it's true inspiration. It's a lovely shot of him and Patrick. It's a nice shot of him of him and Patrick. And I think the other favourite one has to be not that one. Not that one. No. I think that one there is probably one of my favourites there. Looking up in the statue. Looking at himself. And that one's nice too. That one feels so good too. I like that one. Liam loves this photograph. He absolutely loves this. He's in full flight and he looks like there's a lot of steam going behind him there. A lot of steam going behind him there.